What the fuck is up, man? What the hell's up with this thing? Shit. What's up, everybody? You guys hear me? I'm good. I'm live. All right. So
You're
far, all right. Good stuff. For those who joined in on the intro or who watches the replay, man, this is bad. I might have to change it off. For those who just watched it, that is my logo review on my first live podcast. I was able to upload a new logo to my podcast. I kind of put that around on Twitter world and social media, and I got great feedback from it. Two of my favorite colors, just so you guys know, are purple and green. It's why purple and green are in that logo. A lot of people ask, man, Kills or Sensei, why purple? I mean, I'm not all green like the old one. Because purple is one of my favorite colors, and green is one of my favorite colors. Green because it's money. Purple, I haven't figured it out yet. But that's what that's what my logo has. But I am joined today with two of my colleagues. Obviously, you guys know who Logic is. He's right there. Luke, say hello.
what's up, everyone?
All right, and then we have that guy P Money. Jonathan has joined us this week. He's able to join us this week. Say hello.
What's up, everyone? How y'all doing?
All right, soft tone voice right there. What you guys been doing this week?
Chilling, man. Been working hard on Outriders, trying to get
All
that
right.
in game stuff. Well, other than that, playing Rain on Your Parade, just playing those games of chilling.
Yeah, right on your parade. I haven't played Outriders since I was talking about this behind the scenes, but since they mentioned that bug about the 30-hour plus thing where your inventory wipes. So just imagine me logging in and seeing my character butt naked. I wasn't trying to do all that. So I waited for them to fix it. I believe they fixed it, right?
Yeah, they did.
All right. So I
Still having connection issues, but they fixed the inventory wipe.
well, at least you're not butt naked with the connection issues. So that's a good thing. But at least they fixed that. So I'll probably hop on there with you this week or even probably today. Logic, Luke, what's going on? How was your week?
Nothing, man. Chilling, gaming. Dabbled into some Game Pass this week.
Yeah.
Excited to talk about it. So, but it's with a caveat. So I'll get into that.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
definitely. Me and I'm getting a little upset with this image. I don't know how to get going and all the. I guess it's the reflection. Let me see something. Maybe no, I look better with the glasses on. For me, I've been. Let's see. I haven't been playing Outriders, but I've been playing Rain on Your Day or Parade. Been playing that fun game, quirky game. I mentioned that earlier in the week or last 2 weeks ago when I mentioned I wanted to play this game. This type of games I play. I support the indie world, and I love games like that. Luckily, it was on Game Pass. I was able to play it this week. I'm almost at 1,000 with that game because they had a weird achievement there where you have to like not play in a certain level that says do not play or stay idle or whatever it is. Do not move for 1 hour. So that was a little tough because your controller can't fall asleep. You have to plug it in there. But I was playing that today or this week, and I also was playing MLB The Show. MLB The Show is it is what it is, man. It's one of those games I did pick up a system for when it came to PlayStation. So I've been playing that. I actually got the I know some people are asking how you play it early. It comes out Tuesday. I got the Jackie Robinson edition, so I splurged on it. So I went ahead and got the $100 bundle and went ahead went all in and started playing it since Thursday midnight. But if you're like me, I changed it to the Netherlands or New Zealand, and I was playing earlier than that. But was playing MLB The Show, so I'll give you first impressions on that later on in the show. But that's what I've been doing this week. Nothing big. Oh, and me and my son got next Saturday. We got planned to go watch Money. What we got planned next week? Me and my son on Saturday.
About to watch Demon Slayer, right?
Demon Slayer, baby. Gonna watch that Demon Slayer come next week Saturday. It's gonna be in the theaters. First time I'm back in theaters in over a year, obviously because of the whole COVID thing. But I trust that everything's safe with the way they're distancing us anyway. So we're gonna go watch Demon Slayer and enjoy that movie. I believe it's about almost 2 hours long, but Mugen Train is what I want to watch. It's gonna be a epic showdown right there. So can't wait for that. But that's been my week. That's my week. All right, let's get into it. We were talking a little bit back behind the scenes, and we kind of threw all our stuff out there. But I want to talk about it on live. We're talking about the Days Gone director, the one that wrote and directed the game Days Gone. He was on David Jaffe's podcast this past week. And he mentioned, it made his way around the podcast world. He mentioned how if you want a sequel, you want to go ahead and pay full price. You should support the game at full price if you want a sequel. I want thoughts on that. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, we touched on it a little bit. Honestly, I think the comment was a little out of touch. I understand that he's a game developer and all, but at the end of the day, it's like, you have to understand that people, if they enjoy your game, they're going to buy your game, but it's also up to the company that promotes your game. I mean, it's a first party title, Days Gone. And if Sony didn't promote it the way that they were supposed to promote it, like their other first party titles, it's to no fault of his own. I think blaming the consumers is honestly a bad play.
I have to agree. The last thing that a developer of a game or game maker, whatever you want to call them, devs, is the last thing they want to do is blame the community, the gaming community, for not making a sequel. At the end of the day, it's your job to make a great game, a game that's interesting, a game that you want that the community wants to play and support, whether it be at full price or not. That's your job to create that environment for us. And whatever, in my opinion, whatever you have between you and your bosses, which is in this case Sony, that's between you guys. The whole pay a full price thing. I was telling you this behind the scenes. I was trying to maybe even look at it from his angle and thinking maybe he came of it from a whole, because Sony is first party, right? They're all about first party. Their third party games from third party developers like Activision with Call of Duty or Battlefield with EA. Maybe he was coming from that angle. The whole because Sony makes first person games like single player first person. That's it. Maybe that's what he was coming at. But then I started thinking, I'm like, when he started talking about Game Pass and PS Now and how that's not he almost made it seem like that's not a good avenue for games. And I'm sitting there going, no, that's fucking wrong. That's completely wrong. Because if you know anything about anything, I can speak on Game Pass side of things, because even Phil said this on an interview. I mentioned his logic. Well, he said this in past interviews where he was talking about how they asked him, how was the Game Pass model? Does he have like a model where it's like pick A, B, or C kind of thing? And he said, no, there's no A, B, or C model. It's simply we have a relationship with whoever wants to put a game on Game Pass. We have a conversation, right? And that conversation has to do with what is beneficial to the developer. Think about that. What's beneficial to the developer? Meaning, what do you want? Do you want your game exposure? Do you want money up front? Do you want money in the back end? Do you want a bonus incentive heavy? What do you want as far as Game Pass? How can we support you as a developer? Is how he came across. So I think, when you go to Game Pass, you get money up front if that's your deal. You're gonna get your money up front and then exposure with the Game Pass. I think it's been proven wrong already with Medium and how much that game sold, even though it's on Game Pass, and most recently Outriders. Heck, just up to last week, I can go on my Xbox store and see
top selling game.
It's a top selling game. Outriders on Game Pass, still top selling game. Come on, you kidding me? MLB The Show is gonna be on Game Pass day one come Tuesday. I guarantee you, when those numbers come out for the Xbox side, they're gonna show that people support. Because again, the game it's MLB The Show. It's a game people want to play.
But do you think like a lot of these developers are going to care about exposure or more about sales?
It depends who you are. If you're an indie developer, you want exposure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be one of those indie developers who's like, I don't want to take that risk and not make the money on that scene. I want the money up front. The exposure will come. I'll do the exposure. I'll do the marketing side of things. I want my money.
I think too with the biggest thing with a game like that, especially first party, it's like the only metric you're looking at too for them. I'd say for a game developer at that day, like you said, indie developer, you want the exposure. But for a first party title with that with Sony basically publishing it, you need the sales. But once again, you have to look inwards because you could make a great game. And it could be good, and you could play test it, and you could make sure that it was good. And we talked about it a little bit when we said that there were problems at the game launch. There were problems with the title. It didn't launch, perfectly and stuff. But still, even all of that aside and stuff like that, at the end of the day, sales is what talk. That's how you please the higher ups and stuff like that. That's how you justify the budget for the game and everything like that. And so he might be upset that way, but it's his own publishing company that didn't push the game, I guess, that well. It's like he has nobody to look to but himself. Blaming the consumers is just completely out of touch.
It's very out of touch. I have to agree with that comment. It's one of those things where, again, as a gamer, It sits it's a bad taste in my mouth. It doesn't sit well when a developer is telling me pay for my game. We'll talk about this back behind the scenes, but it's one of those things when I first saw this game introduced to the world. I think it was an E3 that they introduced the game. It looked similar to Last of Us at that time. It didn't look like a game that separated itself from the pack. And unfortunately, when you have games like Last of Us, when you have games like we're talking about God of War, those are huge franchises.
He was crazy for comparing it to God of War. Like that was the next sentence. I'm reading the article. I look at it. What do he go? He goes, and I'm quoting right now. I'm just saying but don't complain if a game doesn't get a sequel. It's supposed to be at launch. Garvin replied, this is from, the podcast itself that he talked. It's like God of War got whatever number of millions it sales at launch, Days Gone didn't. Like, he just sounds salty, end quote. He sounds salty that his game didn't sell, but your game's not God of War.
Maybe
it was just him coming to that realization. Like, his game's not God of War.
If you guys watched that it was with David Jaffe, watch that podcast. Even himself, when he says that quote right there, there's a moment in his facial expression where he's telling himself, I smell bullshit. Like, he smelled it himself. Like as he was saying, he was like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, it was just crazy for him to compare a God of War title to his Days Gone and why they got sequels and he didn't. That guy needs to look, he's self-reflect. And then he mentioned, because of course, the very first thing as gamers we're going to say is, it's why you don't have a job, my man. That attitude right there. And of course, he came out, Jim Jaffe said this. He asked him, he goes, no, man, I got to let go. It wasn't because of performance. It was because of personality. Well, if that's how you were as a game director, writer, and you had a team under you, and this is how you were speaking, I can see how very easily Sony made a decision. And look, man, Logic hit this earlier before the chat even started. I don't take anything, or we don't take anything away from developers. Nothing. They work hard. They do what they do for what they deserve. But you're not going to sit there and tell me to open up my wallet for your game when it really wasn't apart from the rest. Now, I think if the expectations was lowered and you didn't make it such a AAA title, huge, this is going to push systems kind of a game, you probably would have hit the marks better and you probably would have got a sequel. But when I think of Sony PlayStation, I don't think of Days Gone. I think of God of War. I think of SOCOM. Sony, if you're hearing me, please bring back SOCOM. I think of that. That was my shot. I think of SOCOM. I think of Last of Us. Heck, I even think of Horizon. I know a lot of people out there saying it's a mid-game.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Uncharted, yeah.
MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Those are system pushers. I will definitely pick up. I will find myself at a Walmart or a Best Buy and go, I want that PS5 because I'm looking at God of War right now. I want that. And I told you earlier that with God of War, a couple of buddies of mine picked up a PlayStation 4 for the first time in their life. They had a PlayStation. It was the 4 because they saw the way God of War looked. And that was towards the end of the cycle of PS4. They saw this at a store. They saw a demo. They picked up the controller and said, what the fuck am I playing? And they ended up right then and there. I got money in the bank. Let me go pick this up. And they're playing God of War. And then they discovered the older God of Wars that were not like this. They were hack and slash. But from that, they started playing, the Uncharted's, the MLB The Show. They started playing more games and realized, wow, PlayStation has a lot to offer because of God of War opening up that door. You guys see, Jonathan, you see Days Gone doing that?
Not really.
Would you go into a store and see Days Gone and go, shit, I want the system because of Days Gone?
No. Not really.
Not how it works. Yeah, so
like, as if anything, it'll be one of those games I'll probably wait for it to be on sale or something.
Exactly, which is what a lot of people did. They wait for the game to be on sale and ended up picking it up. And I believe right now it's like $30, $40, or cheaper than that. I don't know. But I will digress back to the statement that Logic said. He did sound bitter. He did sound salty. And I think he's just upset he's not getting a remake, on PS5. Most games are. He's not getting one. So it is what it is. But I want to leave it with that. It's just, my man, stop being so bitter. Make a better game. That's all it is. It's okay. You pick up your pants. You keep it moving. And shout out to David Jaffe for having that great interview. My man pulled no punches. But before I leave off this topic, I want to mention, I don't know if you guys saw the video. I think I shared it with you guys. with the one guy that called it on that interview. Started calling the guy out on how trashy the game was.
That's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that David Jaffe let that shit play for the whole entirety, and then cut the guy off, and then say, "Oh, that's one of your haters."
No
Loved
fucks.
it.
No fucks given.
No fucks given. Love that he waited for the whole thing to happen before he said, "Oh, cut. This guy's a hater." Great for your podcast, clicking base. You let that man talk. That's a good one, and that clip was shared heavily. I thoroughly enjoyed that. But David Jaffe, shout out to David Jaffe. That my man.
I think that was staged.
You think it was
I
staged?
thought that was staged.
Like
Yeah,
that bullshit.
call him, yo, I want you to call in and talk all the shit you want.
It was staged like that bullshit fight last night. Who was that shit? Oh my god! Hey, for those who paid money for that fight, you deserve to get that kind of fight. That shit was so staged. I don't know, man. If you didn't illegally stream that,
so? You think so?
Come on, man. My man, you saw how he fell? Like it was like he got love tapped. He's
not a striker. This guy he's not a striker. No, he's an MMA fighter who went 19-2, but he's a grappler. He's not a striker. So it's like at the end of the day, I don't want to see another fight with Jake Paul, and I didn't watch it last night. I saw the clips and the highlight afterwards.
Good.
I paid $50 for it.
Good.
All right,
Good.
I'll watch it on Twitter the next day. But I watched it on Twitter, and he needs boxers. Or at least somebody that's training on boxing, because whether you call it stage, call it fake, whatever like that, but either way, Jake Paul's not taking these like. He's not taking them lightly. He's taking them all seriously. He's all taking them like they're professional bouts. So the people that are going against him, no matter what their background was before, they're the ones that are just coming in. And yet, no, it looks like a payday. I mean, what did he make? $500K? I'm pretty sure this guy.
Easy.
Yeah, I think that.
Did you not see him walk out of the arena with his wife in hand, and they're all smiling, and they secured the bag. That's it. It was done. Like, give me $500,000. I'll take a shot from Paul. I'll fall down.
Does he lose? Does he lose rep from like MMA people that followed him and stuff like that?
No, of course not. I mean, well, even if he did, still he secured the bag.
Yeah.
And what they say now, even negative publicity is good publicity, or whatever they call it.
Any publicity.
Any publicity, even that, man. I mean, I'm still thinking about a scandal I can do so I can get this podcast going, but. It is what it is, man.
One step at a time. Why don't we just try to build it naturally before you like start doing some shit that me and money can't be a part of.
I'll definitely think about that. But yeah, that fight was horrible. But moving on from the Days Gone bullshit comment or interview that he had, let's move on to the other big thing that happened this week. I want to talk about a little bit about the Resident Evil, the showcase. What do you guys think about that? You guys watched it?
It's pretty dope. That new story trailer is cool. I don't know what's going. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. This thing takes place directly after 7, so it's like I'm seeing Chris over here working with Umbrella, but it's like a new Umbrella. What the fuck? Like I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see more of the story. And but the game, it just looks more like 7, which was good. I think 7 was great, and just a lot more improvements on it and stuff like that. Like I kind of like. And I don't even know what virus we're talking about now. Like we got werewolves. I don't even know what virus we're in. Lycans, they're calling them and shit. Like it's crazy, man. I mean, but I'm all for it. I'm honestly all for it.
Took off that background, it's making me look weird. But it does take place directly after the last Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But it also looks like the way they're talking about it. There's 2 sections of this game. There's the mansion, and then there's the village. Right, because even with the demo they came out with, by the way, congrats Sony for paying for a demo, but they get the demo early. They're playing it right now, which amazing that they get that first. But that's what they do over there. That's a thing they love doing. They pay for demos. Xbox pays for studios. But hey, let's not go there. They got a demo. The demo, I believe, is you can access it for 24 hours, but when you do access it, you only access for 60 minutes of it. And you choose where you want to spend those 60 minutes, either village or mansion.
Okay.
Right? So I'm interested to find out what chooses or what people choose to go to, because they both sound equally interesting to me. I can't wait.
Just for the demo, though. This doesn't mean like when the game launches, like you're going to be able to see where you start off. Like the game, like we don't know where the game's going to start. If you're going to start in the village or if you're actually going to start in the mansion. Like
that's the thing. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, I don't know if when the game comes out, that's how you actually start the game. You choose where you want to start at. I highly doubt that. But
yeah,
I think you start at the village and work your way up to the mansion. However, no, like they mentioned that the demo was gonna be on PS5, which is and PS4. They're playing it right now. The game looks so good as far as the graphics are concerned. I believe they brought out the specs. I don't have it in front of me, but they brought out the specs where if you do ray tracing, you get 45 frames per second. I don't understand that.
Yeah, they said 45 because it's with ray tracing, but it is going to be at 60. They do have 4K 60, but if you're doing ray tracing, it's 4K at 45 frames.
I would prefer 30 though. I don't know about the 45.
No, 45 is good. No, 45 is good because
it?
It's still you're not going to feel jagged. If anything, it's just going to feel more smoother. Remember, the closer you get to 60, the more smoother that it's going to feel. As far as like just with playing and stuff like that. So 45 is better than 30. The higher the number, the better.
Definitely. You get that on PC side though. I've never played 45 FPS.
Yeah, most of the games that I play now are at 144. For every game that I play, basically, is at 144 frames minimum.
But what does I don't know. My console mind cannot wrap around a between number between 30 and 60. A 45 to me sounds like you want to be fast, but you're really not.
No fluidity. It's just gonna look a lot cleaner. It's just how often the actual screens refresh.
It's gonna run better.
It will run better basically. But until we get like full on like DLSS, which is like NVIDIA support, where they could really start working in the ray tracing and stuff. I still think it's in its infancy what they're doing like with ray tracing and everything. Once developers still get more time with the consoles, I think they're going to be able to develop a lot better. But just knowing that they're going to be able to run ray tracing at 4K over 30 frames I think that's pretty cool in itself. I think that's cool that the consoles are going to be console people will be able to experience that, versus not having that option, at all. I think having the option is better than not. Doesn't mean you have to play with it. Just know that if you do turn it on, like, even if you turn it on for a little bit, you play a little bit, you see how it is. Like, oh, the lighting's great, but I want to play at 60 frames because I know that's the better experience. Okay, I'm turning off DLSS. I do that in games now on PC. I lower my graphics sometimes when I'm playing certain first-person shooters because, I care how it looks, but I care how it performs over how it looks.
Makes sense.
So it's gonna be preference at that point. Whereas other people are for looks.
I'm gonna add a superstar to this conversation. He's waiting in the wings right now. I'm adding him. It's Mr. Reckless right there. Mr. Frank Dukes himself has joined us this week. He said this week you can all fuck yourselves. I'm coming in. So there he is. He said I wanted to come in on this talk, and he came in.
Did you really say that, Reckless? Did you really tell us to go fuck ourselves before you joined the chat, or is Kills lying?
Nah, I did say fuck yourselves, yo. Last week.
He's been saying this last week.
Yeah, last week you had me in the waiting room for about like a half an hour.
Don't say y'all. It's the host. I'm co-host, but I don't get. Host had you in the waiting lobby. Host.
Yeah. So, anyways, getting back to the topic. So yeah, I've never done 45 logic at all. So
I think you're fixating a little too much on the 45.
I am as a console gamer because I'm like,
no. But as a console gamer, just understand that there have been games that run over 30, like most games, especially now, right? And even games that claim to run at 60 don't always run at 60. They run at 50. They run at 51. Like if you ever watch Digital Foundry, they're great YouTube. Shout out to Digital Foundry on YouTube. When they do the game the game analysis and stuff to check out frames for Battlefield and everything. They check the consoles. They check for PC. They do all the games and stuff. When they test, they see how well the game was designed for each individual console, and you could see that most of the games will run at whatever they say they're going to run at, whether it be 60 frames or even now with the new consoles 120 frames. But you'll see dips. There'll be sometimes there's too much shit happening on the screen, and it dips down. If it can,
it will dip to the 45.
If it tries to average,
It's also the way they word it too.
Yeah,
like there might be like something like 4K 60 or maybe like 4K at 60 or some shit like that. Yeah, it's just the way they word it.
Yeah, because sometimes they put 4K.
Doesn't mean it's going to run 60 straight through.
Yeah, because sometimes they put 4K/60, and that could mean either 4K or 60, not both. But in this case, with Resident Evil, it's actually saying 4K and 60.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the mode I'm definitely gonna be playing at because it's giving me fidelity and it's gonna give me my smooth butter, movements. Which that's pretty much if even if I got performance mode to choose from, that's probably where I sit at anyways, every single time because it's you're getting best of both worlds right there. The ray tracing thing, until they perfect it, I'm not too interested in it. I know the consoles can run it. I know both consoles have advertised it as such, ray tracing. The thing is that, and I hate to beat this drum because I know the fanboy that they get all crazy with it, but the tools are what the developers have to get used to when it comes to these new consoles. It's keep in mind this console only came out back in November, 6 months ago. It's still fresh. It's still a brand new console. We acting like, oh, they got 6 months, they can work on it. On top of that, you're adding the stressors of what comes with working from home with the COVID. They're not yet the studios yet. They're not there yet. So I can see, let them work on ray tracing. I see ray tracing being such a huge thing about maybe 2 years from now, maybe 3 years from now.
For consoles, definitely.
For consoles, yes.
Ray tracing on PC now is here. Like, especially if you have 30 series cards, 20 series cards, like you're doing it, you're playing it. You're also, and then you're using things like DLSS to like help you with the frame dips that you're getting. You know what I mean?
I still think it's going to take like a year or two for them to take full advantage of the system.
Correct. Exactly, because they're still learning it. To your point, So, but just knowing that the feature is there for you to try out and get that experience, I think is a feat in itself, and that's pretty cool. That's awesome that they were able to do that. As long as they don't sacrifice from the other parts of the game, like as long as they don't sacrifice from stability of the game, like as long as the game runs fine, like the way it's normally supposed to run, without all of that, I don't mind it being an afterthought. Like it's okay
which
for
is what they're doing now. Which is what they're doing now. They're adding performance mode just to compensate for it. They're not going to risk, stuff in the game, the quality of the game, just to get your ray tracing. They're doing that, and I appreciate that very much. That's why I said I can't wait for 2 or 3 years down the road. Once they have like the curve has been learned.
Yeah,
they can do that, because I know at least with the Xbox, the ray tracing is hardware based.
Yeah,
which means it doesn't take away from other stuff like the GPU and all that, like all the allocated supported things that they use for graphics and everything else. It's hardware based, so it doesn't take away from that. So I just can't wait 2 or 3 years. If I could fast forward, I would just see what it would look like with ray tracing, and they're probably going to hit ray tracing 30 easily, over and over again. They might even bump it up a little bit, but I've seen ray tracing a little bit like in the game Control. And with Control, you're able to flick back and forth without having to reload the game. So you can instantly see what it looks like when you have ray tracing, when you don't have ray tracing. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love the shiny floors. Love them. But I will stick with my 60 frames all day, every day. That's just quality for me. Is just everything.
I agree.
Doesn't make a game feel sluggish or like you're moving around too slow. Doesn't make it feel that way. But that's my hopes. I'm hoping for that. But RE, man, or Resident Evil, get away a little bit from that. But that comes out May?
I believe so.
May? Can't wait for that. That game's gonna be. I think it has multiplayer. Right?
That's my hopes. No, it's a game mode.
It's a game mode. Okay. So wait, they have the single player, which we know that is Village and
I'm not too sure if it's multiplayer, but it's the game mode they had back in like I think 4 and 5. They call mercenary mode.
The mercenary mode? Okay.
Yeah. Like a time trial type thing.
I could have sworn they mentioned something about multiplayer on that or something like that. RE multiplayer or something.
May 7th.
May 7th. Ooh, it's around the corner.
May 7th.
Yeah. Don't be like, hey guys, those who are listening out there, don't be like these gamers that's canceling their pre-orders. They're canceling their pre-orders because they heard PlayStation gets their demos first. Don't do that. Support developers. The guy from Days Gone said it. Come on, pay full price, guys. You got to. But May 7th is right around the corner, man. I'm definitely picking that up. Last thoughts on Resident Evil before we move on to the next topic.
Excited for it. How much?
Excited? Looks really good. It's a Resident Evil.
Can't wait for it.
I'm glad. I'm glad that they actually was able to come back from, because it was RE6 was the bad one. Like it was just
yeah.
Whoo, they came back from that.
RE5 was dope. I'm sorry.
RE5 was dope.
RE5 was dope, but yeah, 6, 7. Like I said, 7 was a good break from it because, like I said, 7 went back to the whole horror thing, less arcade shooter type thing. Like, because I felt like at 6 they just wanted you to. It was like it felt like Gears of War, at like Resident Evil. Like it was fucking weird, dude. Like I don't know.
Yeah, 7 was good because they went back to, in my opinion, they went back to their roots.
Yeah,
they rebooted the whole franchise in that whole close quarters, hallways, jump scare. That shit was forever scary. But now they're going to move on to something bigger, and that's going to be RE8 with a village and mansion. So it's going to have two different things. All right, so we're all excited for it. May 7th. Mark your calendars, guys. That's going to be a good one. Game Pass exclusive. Just kidding. For those, don't get angry with me, world. Don't get angry with me. Game Pass day one. Can you imagine that? Game Pass day one.
It's coming. They're gonna announce it the week before.
I think Sony fanboys will lose their shit if that was the case, because you guys get a demo, we get a Game Pass, but no, I'm playing. Anyways, moving on.
Nah, you get full price.
Oh, I mean, they love supporting their devs, right? Full price, $70. That's okay. We support them through Game Pass. That's how it works. Let's move on before I get killed in these fucking chats. Let's talk about MLB The Show. MLB The Show 21. I know I'm probably the only one in this room that has it early access, because I ended up buying the whopping Jackie Robinson edition. Who's typing away? Sounds like somebody's typing.
I just think it's feedback from Reckless's mic. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
I ordered. Why is my mic?
Sounds like feedback. Yeah.
It's all right.
No, I don't know if it's yours. It just sounds like feedback. It's all right though. What are you saying, Reckless?
Because I'm on the phone. No, that's it. Nah, I pre-ordered this shit, but I wanted to buy the Jackie Robinson. Who was going to be my first victim?
Yeah, I don't know. Me and Reckless.
Who's my first victim?
We played MLB The Show for quite so long on PlayStation. And when we found out that it was going to be, hold on, give me a second, because that noise is annoying. All right, Reckless, I put you on mute. I'll mute you when I start talking, because it looks like the noise coming from outside or your window or something is actually interfering. So, MLB The Show is a game that me and Reckless played a lot of. We actually picked up PlayStation together. So, maybe we spoke about the system seller thing. This is it. MLB The Show is a system seller. So, it does sell systems. I ended up picking up the whopping Jackie Robinson edition. So it allowed me to play early on, midnight, Thursday. But I said it before, if you're like me, I just changed my world clock settings and just started playing it earlier. First impressions on that, you guys are gonna love it. Are you guys picking it up?
When it decides to come to PC.
Yeah. I gotta wait.
Come on, that PC love, man.
I'm waiting for that Game Pass release.
Getting that Game Pass release, so you're gonna get it.
That PC release.
Man, so hey, if you guys, Sony, San Diego, Station, whoever makes this game, man, you got to make it for PC. Get that over there really quick, fast. They got to play that too. Show the loves. Crossplay, man. Mom, it's the first time it has crossplay on it.
I think if it wasn't on Game Pass, though, you'd still be buying it, like as an Xbox obviously it's the first baseball game since 2K. Right? I know they try to do like some
RIB.
Yeah, no, I'm not counting that.
RBI, you mean? No. RBI? No.
RBI, yeah, RBI.
Nobody playing that.
What was it? 2K13, I think, was the last one.
Yeah, it was like
2K. Yeah, 2K13 was the last one, and I love the 2K series. I'm sorry, I was a huge fan of 2K series. I bought a PS4 Pro during the pandemic last year, just to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like I was literally waiting for the launch, but I had some weeks to kill because I picked it up right when the pandemic happened. So I was like, "Fuck, what am I gonna do?" God of War, MLB The Show, like literally the two games, and the show. The show was just, it's such a good game. Making your player, starting out in the minor leagues, working your way up and shit like that. Like, yeah, no,
they still got that, and they still got the show. They still got that mode where you
welcome to the show, like that whole thing.
Show, yeah. And I think this year's story, when I started a little bit of it, this year's story has a two-way player. So you're a pitcher and a position player. This way you're not just stuck watching one side, like you only go up to bat, that's it, or you only go to pitch. Yeah. They actually include both so that you're always playing. And then obviously the whole goal is to get drafted by your favorite team.
Yep.
In this case, the only team that you want to get drafted by is the Yankees. Big up to the Yankees, even though they're on a huge losing streak. Let's not talk about it. That's a sensitive topic. But it's still the same thing. That the goal is to get to your favorite team. Play that, but I still enjoy modes like I was just playing the home run derby before I went and started this whole live podcast. But
you know what I need back, not to cut you off, Kills. You know what I need? I need from the original 989 Sports, like the old school MLB. You know what I need? I need that home run derby. I need to put the fucking targets in the back, make it like arcade sim, like how it used to be.
Well, they have an arcade mode. I'm not sure.
I need that. I need that though. I need that arcade home run derby where it's like I could hit targets and get points and stuff like that from like that original PS1 989, because it's the same company, it's the same studio.
Yeah, it's just they changed their name when they got bought out by Sony. But they do have an arcade mode for home run derby. I haven't played that mode yet. I was playing the actual mode.
You gotta let me know. You gotta let me know that.
You know what? I'm gonna play it on. I'm gonna see what happens. I put on arcade mode. But if they added those targets, man, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna let you know. Hey, they added those targets. Wow. But I play modes like that. I play. They got modes like where they put you in situations. You know, you got to win the game, that kind of stuff. But man, first impression of that, the game looks beautiful. I'm not like the rest of the gaming world where they found it weird that a PlayStation Splash was on the Xbox, because I played so many goddamn games that it didn't make me feel like, oh my god, you know, I'm looking at a whole different game on my X. I didn't get weird like that. Was it weird in the first place? I was like, yeah, of course. You know, when you turn it on, it's PlayStation, but because I played,
it splashes the PlayStation symbol on legit.
And I would have recording on it so you can see it, but unfortunately, since I don't have the day one patch on it just yet, the streaming it and the recording it's just kind of weird right now. So I gotta wait for the day one patch. That's the unfortunate part. But that's
crazy that's crazy that Microsoft would allow that though. Like that they wouldn't say to change that for at least the Xbox version, even though it's technically a PlayStation first party title. So I guess, or it's a Sony first party title.
It's a first, yeah. It's a Sony. Well, technically, it ain't no longer first party.
No longer first, right? Exactly. Right. Now it's
Yeah, it's multi-platform.
But the studio that makes it is owned by Sony.
It's owned by Sony. Yes.
Right. So the fact that you have the PlayStation, splash screen on it,
and it's like the legit PlayStation 5 splash screen, like the symbols, the triangle, circle, X, and square, like that pops up with the whole image of baseball behind it. Like inside the little
it's like you're playing an emulator.
Like you're playing
on a fucking emulator or something.
But
it runs great, right? But it runs great.
It runs really good. There's no, because it's on an Xbox, it runs weird or it's lesser graphics or none of that. It runs smooth. This is without a day one patch. I'm assuming there'll be a day one patch. Without a day one patch, I still am able to play my games. No crashing, none of that stuff.
Are your achievements popping up and stuff?
The achievements are popping up. It was weird because when I first started on Thursday night, I took a screenshot of it and put it on Social World, but on my Twitter, and it was saying achievements not supported. The first thing I thought was, Jesus, this is how they're gonna get us? No achievements.
They didn't add achievements. Imagine.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, then I looked it up. I'm like, wait, they got trophies. You gotta put achievements. But then I'm playing the game and I hit my first home run of the game and an achievement popped up. Literally just bloop, it popped. And I'm like, wait a minute. So
maybe it was just because it's kind of like you have it early, like it just didn't update on
the day one patch thing.
Yeah, it's a day one patch thing, and I chalked it up to that. But ever since then, I've been just getting achievement after achievement. And now today, I was able to actually see the achievement list. I'm like, oh, there it is. You can see it now. So
can you still record it?
No, I can't. I try to record again, and it just says file not supported or some weird message like that. I'm like, great, thank you, Sony San Diego, appreciate you. Look, I am not weirded out. Initially, yes, because oh my god, I'm playing a PlayStation game on my box. But after a while, it's like it just feels like you're playing especially if you're a multi-console gamer kind of a guy or a person. You're not gonna sit there and stress that tidbit out, like that detail. Oh my god, it's playing on my X. You're just not. I'm not there going, oh my god, I got a PlayStation game on my X. It's cool. A while ago you could have asked me that question that says, Kills or Sensei, you ever thought about a Sony first party game ever being on Xbox? I'm like, no, it's a first party game. Why would they do that? And here they are. Now, mind you, they didn't control that. It wasn't their choice.
It was out of their hands. If they had it their way, they wouldn't be doing that.
It wouldn't be. So mind you, it ain't their game fully. I mean, they developed the game. The licensing is MLB's. And for those, I've mentioned this before my last in the past podcast. For those who don't know, the reason why it's on Game Pass is because the Xbox version is published by MLB. That's why it's able to be on Game, not just on Xbox, but Game Pass. It's on Xbox because the licensing agreement was is running its course. The original agreement they have with Sony, and MLB wanted a taste of that money. Like, oh, this is a great game, great product. I want it on all consoles. You know, and by all consoles, they meant Xbox. I don't think Switch has it, right?
No.
Yeah, so it's or PC. So I just think it's just mainly those two consoles. But MLB was like, you know, you gotta push it forward. I want to see it on multiple consoles. We want to double our pot. You know, I can even see like Phil having like that private conversation, calling up Buzz Seeley or whoever the commissioner is, going, hey, wait, who is the commissioner? Buzz Seeley.
Paul Manafort.
Paul Manafort, because Buzz Seeley passed away. But Paul Manafort, you know, hey man, you know, what's up? You want more money? You know, let's bring it over here. We'll give you Game Pass money too. So it's one of those things where I think that discussion probably happened once that door was kept open with the deal. You know, like it's coming to, you know, we have to make it on Xbox now. Once that door crept open, I think that's when Phil put his foot in this. Says, hey man, Game Pass, let's go.
Oh yeah, there's no reason. At the end of the day, it either would have been EA or 2K coming out and saying like, "Oh, we got you. We'll make the multi-party game." And that's another thing too. Not only would Sony at that point would have had to compete with another developer, but then that other developer not only selling on Xbox but selling on all the consoles.
On all the consoles.
So they were like, "No, we got it. Say no more. Say less." And we'll make the Xbox one. And Microsoft's like, "All right, cool."
I think at the end of the day, it's not the devs that cared about. I mean, obviously, they're not the ones that choose what it goes on. They work for Sony, but I'm pretty sure the devs have Xboxes in there.
But this also goes back to the conversation where that we talked about. We might have talked about it on the pod, but it's the consoles. They're basic, for lack of a better terms. They're pretty much the same. Yeah. Like insides and stuff. Like there are small differences, technical differences and stuff, but as far as the architecture and everything, they're basically running the same processors. Yeah. Like they're both AMD processors, they're Ryzen generation processors. It's not hard to develop for these systems because they are more x86 or PC based. And if you could make it for PlayStation, there's no reason why you can't make it for Xbox. There's just the other stuff that comes in play when you're making it for Xbox, the Xbox Live support. You know, it's like supporting things like that, that as a Sony studio, you would then have to like have somebody come in and probably be like, oh, okay, wait, how do I develop this? Like, how do I make sure this works on Xbox Live and all of that? Whatever the nuances are, basically, because that's all you're dealing with at that point. But the game in itself should run the same. There should be no problems between running it on a PlayStation and running it on the Xbox.
It shouldn't be. I mean, my version on Xbox is running as if it was on PlayStation.
Are you getting like? Is it fluid? Like, are they?
Fluid. It's fluid. Okay. It's 60 frames per second, fluid, nice. 4K. It's just it's everything is such a beautiful. Like the mannerisms, the way they got these players moving around, and the way they
I was going to say the stadium the crowd noises.
Stadium is there. Oh, by the way, you can add your own stadium chant. Like if you can record your voice, they allow that still. I think they did that in the last one. But you can do that when you record your voice, and when you hit a home run, you literally hear your voice yelling from the crowd, like creepy as hell. But it's
like super meta shit right there.
Yeah, it's better, big time better. But it's there. They actually finally can read my name. The announcer can say my full name. That to me is next gen. Period.
Yep.
Like that. This announcer is saying my name better than most people in my life. Like I'm not Ronald McDonald on this game. That is amazing. Like. What? The announcer didn't call me Ronald McDonald. Like he legit said Orlando Maldonado with a slam. I mean, with an accent. I'm going, yo, representation is huge.
That's that AI learning right there.
That's that AI learning. Machine learning is what they call it.
That's that machine learning. People want to keep talking shit about robots and AI.
That's just coming. It's gonna take over, man. But the fact that the announcer can say my name. Better than most humans.
Think about what gets you happy about that. It's like the little things. Like think about what that had to do. It's like just pronounce my name right when I make my player. Like that's
the
like,
smile. You know what I mean? The smile they put on my face.
Instead of putting whatever your nickname is. Like you know how in 2K you get the nickname.
The slugger.
The slugger. You know what I mean. So instead of saying, even though 2K is the same thing. Like when you make your player in 2K, they'll say your name and stuff like that. But sometimes if the name isn't common, they just hopefully they get it right. But they probably.
But you would think, but a last name that I have, Maldonado. If you follow baseball, you know that's a huge name in baseball. That's not an uncommon name in baseball.
Yeah.
With Candy Maldonado. I mean, I think Houston has a Maldonado on their team, but it's not an uncommon name. when announcer, because you could type your name in and it says we found audio for your name, and I'm like, okay. They couldn't find Rudy, which is my other nickname, but they went ahead and found my actual name, Rolando Maldonado. When I came up to bat and that was said, I was like, oh my, like I've been hearing this thing about representation with Miles Morales and how it makes people feel. And I don't have Miles Morales, but I don't know. I get it, but I didn't feel it because I have not experienced it.
Right.
And I didn't know how important that was to me till my name was called out in this game. And I was like, holy shit. My name was called out in the game, not just in a robotic form, but with the Latin flair to it.
It's pretty dope.
Whoever was in that studio thinking this is how it's got to be, I thank you for that. You are the reason why I keep playing video games. This is amazing that you did this, or whoever did this. It was a group of you guys. Amazing. Keep it up. This is what I want to see more and more in games. The little stuff like that. It's just, it gives me goosebumps, man. It gives me goosebumps. It's one of those things where it's like representation in the video game. I didn't realize how big that was until just today when I heard my name. My son walked in on it, and I played it for him over and over again. Like he was like, "Wow, it's saying our name." I'm like, "My name," but yeah, cool. And he's like, "But it's my name too." No,
I gave it to you. Why you gotta do that to your son?
You're junior.
Why you gotta do that to your son like that?
But regardless, man,
my God,
the representation in this game, bar none. And that's one of those things that Sony is so good at. Well, so I should say Sony developers, first party developers, they're so good at just that right there. That the attention to detail they pay to their games, I would always admire them for that, you know? And that's why I would always pick up a Sony PlayStation on top of my Xbox, because that right there, the level of detail Sony has, you cannot deny it. I don't care if you want to argue the $60, $7 price point, PS9, whatever you want to argue with that, but these developers are on a whole different level. When it comes to animation, how they detail their games, nobody can compare, you know? Microsoft is just not there yet. Hopefully they will be with these new studios they acquired, but they're just not there yet. Wow. So that's man, that brought me so much like emotions right there. That was I don't know, man. Money, when they say your name, you're gonna feel the same way I do. They're gonna be like Jonathan Foy. Oy. Is it Oy? Or Foy?
He's muted. You muted Money.
Nah, I was saying I don't care. I use my middle name. Put Morris. Sounds better.
Jonathan Morris.
Yeah.
Jonathan Morris. As long as it's not like something like the Slugger or like the pitcher.
Because when I be playing 2K, when I be hitting on 3, they be like Morris. Like, this sounds great.
Sounds great, man.
Plus, when I put my last name, they want me to put an E for them to actually say my last name. I'm not putting no E on my name.
They want him to change his name so they can pronounce it.
They can pronounce my name, but I have to spell it as F-O-Y-E when it's just F-O-Y.
Wait, wouldn't that be 4E?
4E, yeah.
But that's not how you say it.
Not according to the fucking announcers on 2K, evidently.
They're just not there yet. They're just not there yet. Foy, Jonathan Foy. See what I'm saying? It's just little things like that, man. That we appreciate. At least I do. I appreciate it. But it's what keeps me coming to a MLB The Show, man. That right there was like amazing. That whole big. That's a big jump. And for me, that's next gen. That they were able to do that. That's everything for me. But any last words on MLB The Show? You guys looking forward to it? I know PC is not a PC yet, but
come to PC. It'll be a day one buy for me. Come
to PC. That's a good segue. Because this next one that we're going to talk about, I know Mr. Logic over there, Luke, he hit me up, man. He said, hey, man, I was wondering if we could talk a little bit about PC stuff on the show. I'm like, yeah, of course. What are we going to talk about? Talk about some Game Pass.
Yep, let's talk about Game Pass. Actually, I'd like you to put this on your screen right now. Can you share my? Yeah,
I would share.
Yeah, share that, please. That's okay. Ready?
We'll talk about your hats.
Here's my experience. That's what I'm going through right now. I just fucking deleted it. Okay, so here's the thing. Ready? No, you know what? No, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to that real quick. But leave that there, okay? Because I'm gonna get back to this for a second. Game Pass on PC. They added 100 titles last week. 100 titles.
In addition to whatever they had.
In addition to what they had.
Okay.
So Game Pass on PC has been a thing. It's been around. They've had certain titles, Gears of War 4, Halo Master Chief Collection, and all the games that they've added to it. It's got sick value on PC, but if you played, like I played some of the games, I own Master Chief on Steam. Like I own a few of those games as well too. But there weren't really like too many games where I was just like, okay, wait, this is worth for me, me like paying the $10 a month, even though it was only like $1 to join or whatever like that. They added 100 games. I'm looking in those 100 games. One of the first games I saw that popped out, Empire of Sin. I'm like, holy shit, wait a second. I saw the trailer to that game. I had to check it out. And I'm not one of those, like, I don't like those kind of games, those like XCOM. It's like the XCOM alley. I've never played it. Heartbeats played it. You guys have played. I've never played. I mean, I won't say I've never played those games. I played those games like years ago, like Tactics, like Final Fantasy Tactics, like games like similar to it. You know what I mean? So, but I just really like the theme because I miss Godfather. Like everybody remember the Godfather?
Yes.
I missed that game. Not the Godfather 2, the Godfather. Okay, so just the first one because I miss taking over the businesses, bombing the businesses, taking over all the other families. That's basically what Empire of Sin is. You're in Chicago, 1920s. You're a gang member, and you got to go and take over Chicago.
Your brother told me about that. He told me he was playing that, and he was surprised that you were playing that because I'm like, "What's Logic playing?" He goes, "He's playing original
Empire of Sin."
Empire of Sin, and I'm going, "Wait, that's a nice content." He goes, "Yeah, he got into that, but
I got into it because the theme. I'm all for the theme. Now, downloading it, no problems. 9 gigs. Playing it, great. Runs great on my PC. What I just showed you right now loading is the Xbox app that doesn't want to fucking open.
Game Pass?
Game Pass. It doesn't want to open, and then not Game Pass. It's Xbox app on PC.
Oh, okay.
It does not want to open. I delete it. I remove it. I uninstall it. I go to reinstall it, and now you just see the loading screen.
So that's the reinstalling.
It's not even installing. It's not getting. It didn't even give me the prompt to try to install yet.
So it's not even communicating at all.
It's not even communicating. There's nothing wrong with my PC. Every other game, everything else is perfectly fine. It's just Microsoft, unfortunately, doesn't care about their PC like app. They don't care about their Microsoft Store. I'm sorry, and they definitely don't care about their
which is weird
PC.
Because Microsoft is a PC company. It's just
but we are second hand.
But what I was hearing that they don't show that much love to the PC type of thing on games.
They don't know that. They don't. And now that they finally did with these additional 100 games, like I'm really excited about it. Like there are games on there that I want to play now. I can't fucking play them because I can't open. Like I could go right now and probably just launch Empire of Sin, and because I have it downloaded, it should launch as like a standalone. But the problem is that because I have to deal specifically with this Xbox app that for some reason just is a piece of shit. I'm sorry. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a piece of shit right now. It sucks and to the point where it's like now I have to try to delete it. And everybody online said, "Oh, just delete it, re-download it. It'll be fine." But I got to do this I got to do this every time.
No, you got to just upgrade your computer.
Upgrade my computer, 9900K, 2080 Ti, 32 gigabyte of RAM. Every other game under the sun runs, no problem. But I got a problem running a 9 gigabyte fucking Empire Sin XCOM fucking copy. Like, give me a break. I'm over it. I'm over it. Fucking over it. Please. My computer's worth over $3,000. There's no fucking reason why.
You gotta add $1 more to it, bro. Just add $1 more
right, to you. Yeah, 3001. That's what it is. Yeah.
You gotta add another terabyte on that shit too, man. You know?
No, got the space.
You don't got enough. You don't got enough memory.
I deleted. Yeah, enough memory. I deleted games in order to make space for the games I would be downloading because of Game Pass. I made space on my hard drive. I can't fucking download them because this app is a piece of shit. So, I think Xbox Game Pass, great fucking value. Great value for PC too. A lot of great games on it. But Xbox app, piece of shit.
But wait, you gotta have Game Pass, even if you just have Game Pass and you subscribe
I need to have the application. I can't just go to the Microsoft Store.
Is it like a launcher?
It's a launcher. It's called Xbox app, and the launcher is a piece of shit. It's also the same tool that we would use, like if you were on your Xbox and I wanted to talk to you, I would go in through there, and when it wants to work, it works. But
so that's the same app that you're talking about, right? The one that you communicate with us.
The same fucking app, and it's a piece. Like right now, literally, the Microsoft Store is like not working. Like I can't even go and search for the Xbox app as I'm talking to you. So
So
we'll see.
Logic is calling this app a piece of shit on PC.
Yeah,
gotta get closer so I can say that stuff. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
he needs to spend $1 more.
Yeah.
$1 more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
$1.25 because of the tax.
Taxes and stuff. I got you.
Taxes.
It sucks. Death tax and what was the other one? Death tax and okay. Anyways, so the Game Pass. I didn't know this. I didn't know that you needed to have the Game Pass and the Xbox Live, and that acts like the launcher.
Yep.
To play. I didn't.
They always said the Xbox launcher app was shitty though. Even before they launched Game Pass and stuff like that, it was always been like some shitty.
It's been a year now since they launched Game Pass on PC, or something like that, like 2019.
No, it's Game Pass. It's at least a year and a half minimum.
And they still have not even because you know what? I don't even hear them acknowledge it.
I honestly, one more time, real quick, go back to my screen.
Let me see here.
Explain to me what's wrong. I'm mouse clicking. What's wrong with this scenario right now? Somebody explain to me what.
That just reminds me when Kills was playing Division and I'm still trying to fast travel them.
No, explain to me what's wrong with this situation right now.
You clicking for real? You're like clicking.
I'm literally. Hold on. Maybe if I pick up my mouse and put it. How about this? It's wireless. It's wireless and mechanical too.
Maybe you gotta wire it in. I don't know.
No, it could. No, here it is. Fucking move. I could minimize things. I could move it around.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but nope.
Is anybody out there experiencing this? In the world of PC?
I don't know. All I know is me personally. You might fix the overhead too for the live thing. There we go. We're back. But yeah, I need to express my fucking hatred for that app, but also my love for Game Pass because it's pretty cool. And
it's a love hate.
It's definitely love hate at this point until they fix the piece of shit Xbox app.
I see now why you wanted this to be part of the show. Microsoft, Phil, if you ever listen to this podcast years from now, if it ever becomes that famous,
no disrespect, but fix
you need to give the PC some love. It's not even. It's not Phil. It's what's his name? What's his name with the long beard?
No, they just don't want to give them love because they be modding too much.
The one with the long beard is Hardware.
Oh, he's Hardware. So it's the other guy, the chubby guy. The other guy. Okay, so give. Oh, right. It's the lady. I forgot her name.
This shit better work by the time Halo launches. That's all I have to say about that. If this shit is not working by the time Halo launches, I'm out. I'm out.
You see the comment? You see the comment, right?
See the comment?
I don't get. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's okay.
You gotta add that $1.
But my man Ben Gogan comes through and says my Xbox app is working just fine.
I could launch on Steam, no problem. Destiny 2, been playing it, fucking love it, great on Steam, no problems, running, no issues. Every other game that I own, no issues. I can't even fucking download this companion app. I don't want to hear it.
I think it's your graphic card.
Definitely not. My graphic card equals add your 3 fucking Xboxes together. And you could buy my graphics card. How about that one?
That's the problem.
Wait. But which Xbox you talking about? I got first generation. My shit is like antique.
Okay, so even add that one, and then even add the Xbox, the One X's together, because then that's like the tax too. Like your X would be like the tax. Them two, and then that. Then you could buy my card. And it's not even one of the new ones. It's not even one of the new. It's not the ones that they're selling for $2,500 a pop right now on eBay.
You can't even find them.
Yeah, on eBay. And here's Ben. My PC is subpar and it's running just fine. I'm happy. I really am. I'm so fucking happy for you. And I mean it. I mean it with all my heart. But it's not fucking working on my PC.
Now is all that spyware shit you got on your shit, man. I'm telling you.
There's no. That's perfectly fine. Make all those fucking jokes. That's fine. You know. You know what? At least the lights work. You know, I'll be happy about that. At least my lights work, right?
Well,
so
yeah.
It's nice and pretty, and it's nice, and it's all pretty and lit up. So.
Oh wait! You're running cold. You're running water? Cold water on it?
Only on the processor.
Maybe it's a little warm, so you need to put some fresh cold water in there.
You want me? Listen, since we share everything else, you want to bring up my temperature? You know what? Yeah, we're gonna make this is gonna be the educational portion of the podcast before we leave right now. Go ahead,
for whoever tells me that we don't show PC love.
No, here it is. Right now, you're getting a breakdown.
We're about to get a breakdown on PC Ready? Stuff.
So here's the usage. Really, very nice. Not so much. Okay. Here's your temps. That right there is not on the load. I'm not doing anything, like not gaming. Under 40C.
Can you blow that up a little bit more?
What do you mean you can't see? You blind?
Yeah, look. I'm like, I am him.
I can't, because if I make it bigger that way, that's not how that works.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, right there. Temps normal. Okay, temps are normal. Nothing run. 5 gigahertz, 9900K, 32 gigs of RAM. I don't want to fucking hear it.
But does it run Crysis?
It can run Crysis if I chose to fucking go and download it. It definitely can.
But does it run Crysis? Is the question.
No, here I have to go. Now I have to go fucking go back to Steam and download. Instead of downloading the Master Chief Collection through Xbox, I have to go download it through Steam now because I can't fucking play it through Xbox.
Ooh, that sucks, man. And that Master Chief Collection, shout out.
What's up?
Does your saves transfer over when you do that?
It's weird because my login, yes and no, because on Steam you link your Microsoft account. So I get my friends list, so because they have the whole crossplay shit and everything. So technically in the cloud, yes. It's because it's all account based, because I still technically have my Xbox or my Microsoft account. So
okay.
But yeah, that's my rant and rave. Game Pass on PC, great. Except
that the launcher is not launching.
Ben, no problem. Ben's great. So maybe they should talk to Ben, and maybe it's a Ryzen thing. There, he's trying to upgrade. He's upgrading.
Yeah, he's trying to upgrade. He says, I'm trying to upgrade my PC. I have a Ryzen 7 and a motherboard, I just can't get the video card.
Nobody can get the video card, Ben. Don't feel bad. It's all right.
What kind of video card?
Crazy people. Any video card that would be substantial right now. You want a 20 series NVIDIA card, 2060, 2070, 2080, or if you could even find a 3060 MSRP. But the problem is right now, just real quick, we'll touch on it. The shortage, the shortage right now for graphics cards and stuff, because the silicon, the whole thing, So when they release them, they release them, they get scalped, and then they get put on eBay for triple or quadruple their price. So a card that'll MSRP for $799 gets put on eBay for $24.99, and I mean $2,499, and people are buying them
at that price.
Yeah.
That's a
people are
thing.
buying them because they just can't find them. So it's now there are on Discord. You could join a Discord that gives you notifications when Best Buy comes in stock and Target comes in stock and because they're getting stocks, or Micro Center. But short of you waiting outside of a Micro Center at 5 a.m. on a shipment day on a Tuesday or Thursday, you're beat. You're right now you're beat.
He say he was able to pick up PS5, but a video card is not. I mean, is that the scalper thing though?
But yeah, a lot of it is it's 100% scalping, because at this point, the fact that it's the same thing we say when a video game comes out and people talk shit about it and they still buy the game, but then they'll talk shit after the fact. We just had this conversation in the previous podcast.
Yes, we did, yeah.
It's instead of being upset that they can't get it, or that these companies aren't doing anything to help control how they release the cards, consumers are still buying it. You're still going to eBay, and people are out there legitimately spending 3-4 times whatever the MSRP is to get these cards. So it's you're not helping at this point. The only way to help is to basically let these people hold on to these cards, let them sit on a fucking shelf basically until they decide to lower their prices down. Eventually it'll get better.
That's not going to happen.
Cards. I don't think it'll happen because you're not going to tell people if they want something, they're going to spend the money and buy it. Spending that kind of money is crazy. I'm not saying that that's not what the card is worth, but it's so overpriced right now. It is what the computer you could build for the price that they're selling for one card, it's unreal.
The thing is, they probably wouldn't be selling it like that if there was no demand. And I'm pretty sure people.
Oh no, and the demand is through. The demand is through the roof. It's through the roof because a lot of people too are wanting to build PCs or wanting to upgrade PCs. They got stimulus checks, or they're back to work now and stuff like that. They're like, let me get a new build. Let me do something new and stuff like that. New processor coming out, new motherboard and stuff. Oh, let me get a new, GPU. Nope.
Then you got everybody playing Flight Simulator.
Flight Simulator. Ooh, that
was actually kind of I enjoy. Well, that's another fucking game that I can't play right now because never mind. I don't want
to. Wait, is Flight Simulator on Game Pass with PC?
It's on Game Pass. Yeah.
Oh,
that was
man.
That was the first. Yep. That when it came out and it came out on PC, that was the first fucking game I downloaded and installed. 110 gigs. It's like 110. It was like it was like 15 gigs and then 110. Well, that's because it downloads like basically the entire fucking globe. Like
isn't it using like GPS or something like that?
All of that shit, and the Azura cloud servers and all that shit. It's dope.
I think I just saw somebody post images or videos of them chasing the hurricane or something. It was a hurricane this past week somewhere where they were chasing it.
Because it's live weather.
Jesus.
So you can literally, it's live where the weather systems are. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you Savage's Flight Simulator on his PC.
He got the stick and everything. Oh my god!
He got the pedals. He got.
Yeah,
he's running 3 monitors and everything. He's crazy.
I'm impressed. That's nice. I like that. Super dope. That is nice. 110 gigs, Ben says.
Yeah, 110. Yeah,
I like it. That's nice.
That shit is crazy.
He got the paddle. He got the gas.
He got triple monitors. Everything. Yo,
they're legit gamers that are like people who do that with Forza and racing games, and they will have multiple monitors.
What is it? Project. What the fuck is it called?
Gotham Racing?
No.
Project Cars.
Thank you.
He's also waiting for
they got the whole thing, the freaking the chair, the car, like literally like they're in an F1 fucking car, and then they sell them.
They wrap themselves.
You could buy the rig where you sit inside and the PC set up, and then it has like basically it wraps around like almost no bezel screens and stuff like that, specifically for like racing.
So when you like look around, like it looks like you're really looking outside and you remember type stuff. That's
you got to tell Ben to delete Modern Warfare so he can download.
He's got to delete Warzone and the other,
Ben,
200 gigs.
Ben, the panel saying you got to go ahead and delete Call of Duty so that you can have space to download that.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. That's funny.
Fucking Modern Warfare like 130 gigs right now.
That's just the game itself. The updates that they do on that game is crazy big. I don't even play that game. don't play that game at all. Don't play it at all, man. That's cool because the next thing that what I want to end the show with is hold on. Let me get real personal with this one. I'm gonna.
Are we about to make love to the mic, yo?
I call this session "Fuck Call of Duty."
Hey, no. We do it. Leave my buddy alone, man.
This message goes out to those who love crouch spamming, those who like bunny hopping, and their so-called 180 sniper scope kills that I can't get them with a damn shotgun. Go fuck yourselves. That was my session on Call of Duty spamming. I hate that these guys are now crouch spamming money. Not just Call of Duty, but on Apex, man.
That's the meta.
What is this? This meta is so stupid. Like I hate that they're doing this. This whole I'm fighting somebody. I think I have a clip that we won, that one game we won where the guy was trying to do it to me.
Yeah.
And if they do it right, it works. Like my gun doesn't get for whatever reason my hitbox detection is off when they do it. I hate it. I hate that people do this. Like, why do we have to play first-person shooters in the 21st century with a jump button in it? There's nobody in a war, and I know I'm playing video games, everybody, but there's nobody in a war that's going to be jumping around shooting their gun.
Yep, look. As Camper was talking about, he got it from Road Company. They do that. They do that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, my son. Hey, look. Gotta highlight his comment right there. That's my son watching in. Thanks for the support, Junior. Did you wash the dishes? Okay, cool. So yeah, man, I just can't stand the jumping around now and The A button should, well, whatever jump button people use, but that should be taken out. Jump should be taken out completely out of a game like a first-person shooter. There's no need for it, no reason for it. Like I don't need to jump to get nowhere. If you need to climb something, then add a climb button, an interactive button that you hit and it climbs. But a jump button is not needed. Like it's either jumping or sliding or the whole bunny hopping. Oh my god!
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared now because talking about the MLB show 21. What? I better not see nobody bunny hopping hitting a home run
at the plate. Just
yeah.
I can see that right now.
Like back in the days when the RBI baseball was playing in the Nintendo days.
Oh, that was super. What is that? What was that called? Super bases loaded.
Yeah, you had to do a run and hit. It was retarded.
That was funny. Talking about bunny hopping while at the plate. I don't know where logic went, but that was the last subject of the day. What we're gonna do is end it with, hey, where can they find you guys?
Oh, catch me on Xbox on Twitter for that guy P Money.
All right. What are your final thoughts? You have any final thoughts? What are you looking for?
I'm about to get back on some Outriders.
Yeah, we're about to get on that. I'm about to get on that with you. Reckless, what's your final thoughts, or what can they find you at?
You can find me on my original Xbox One.
you still not lucky enough getting them that console, man?
Man, I'm not even. I got to worry about a new TV, man. I broke my shit yesterday.
Broke your TV?
Thank you, money. Yeah, man. I rage quit.
Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty.
Yeah, I shotgun somebody. The bullets went through one person.
So that's why you never came back.
What you want me to do? Yeah, I'm gonna play.
You see, Call of Duty no good for you, man. They're breaking TVs down. That's not good, man. That's that Rage Quit DLC that came out, right? The last map pack that came out. It's called Rage Quit.
Oh no! That was the new character and shit. You know,
the new character the new character is called Rage Quit.
Yeah, it shows me punching my TV.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't play Call of Duty because Call of Duty breaks TVs. As you can see, my buddy over here, Reckless, started playing Call of Duty last night, and it made him break his TV. And for that reason alone, you should uninstall this garbage game and not play it again. I am not breaking my TV for a bunny hopping, sliding, 360 scoping player at all. Like, no, kick rocks. I'm not doing that.
I'll be good. I'll be good. Don't worry about it.
Just play like me and Reckless do. Just sit in the back.
You missed it. You missed
how we circle back to shitting on Call of Duty? That was quick. It was 3 minutes.
No, because I said you could catch me at the Call of Duty screen and shit, breaking my TV.
Because I'm wrapping up and I'm asking anybody final thoughts and where can you find you at? And he mentioned Call of Duty. He broke his TV because he rage quit yesterday. So I asked him, was that a new character skin that came out called Rage Quit? Because I don't have that shit is uninstalled on my Xbox. I don't even play it. I don't look at it. I can care less about it.
You got to see the emoji, yo. It's me picking up the TV, smashing someone.
I think it's safe to say, this is a session where I crap all over Call of Duty. But to be honest with you, I think I'm done with Treyarch. Period. Like Treyarch Call of Duties have not been good for quite some time. They were elite at one point with Black Ops 1 and 2. And maybe even 3, but ever since 4 and now this reboot, whatever it is, just not my thing. I don't have Adderall in stock, and I don't drink Game Fuel, so I cannot keep up with these bunny hopping players on this Call of Duty. So my speed is more like rain on your parade.
Energy drinks or the Red Bulls. That's our drink.
That is a drink. The Red Bulls. Now they got the mango flavor.
Red Bull, Game Fuel, G Fuel, every fuel, right?
Every fuel possible.
Mainlining Mountain Dew. That's the new one. They literally just get IV banana bags. IVs.
Oh my god!
Mountain Dew right to the veins, sweaty.
Well, how do you get IV straight to the vein doing that? Well, I got a mom in the nursing industry, and she hooks it up. Like, what the heck?
Before she goes into work, like I wake up at 8:00. She's getting ready for her night shift. She literally sets up the bag. She goes in, and then I go and I sweat. Yeah,
I cannot do that, man. Listen, Treyarch Call of Duty for me has been, like I say, uninstalled. I think it's the first time I've ever done this. Well, actually, not the first time. It'll probably be the second because the first time I was playing with Reckless on PlayStation Infinite War, was it? Infinite War, where we stopped playing it for quite a long time, and before we got back into it.
Oh
Infinite
yeah, Infinite
Warfare.
Wars. Yeah,
Infinite Warfare. Yeah.
That's when we was running on the walls, and then we went into the PlayStation era, and then raped them.
Yeah, and then we decided like we paused it for a little bit, then we went back into it. But this Black Ops game that's out now, I first time ever I uninstalled it, like literally took it off of my system, and I called and says, "Can I get a refund?" I don't want it no more. I don't want it on my box. I don't want it nowhere near me. I don't want it even thinking about it can be installed again. I don't want it around me. It's just I loathe this Call of Duty. Period.
I don't worry about it. I'll send you as a gift.
No, it's okay. I'll just forward it to the trash. It's okay. I'll hit the delete symbol. I'm sure there's a kid somewhere in the Middle East wanting to play that game. I'm not gonna play that game at all. That's just, I'm done. That's like, you know how the Super Bowl team, the losing Super Bowl team gets okay. You know how the losing Super Bowl team gets jerseys or championship jerseys that don't ever get used and they send it off to like countries that need them? That's what I do with that Call of Duty. I don't need it. I just don't.
You hang up.
No, you hang up. Oh, he's on the phone. This is where that meme came from, Logic. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. It's live on Podcast. Anyways, let's end it with that. Logic.
Yeah.
Where can they find you? What are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. No, great pod as always. Can't wait for next week. Please, Xbox app work for me, please. I mean, I guess I could ask nicely, please. I'm gonna go. And until that, I'm just gonna be grinding some Destiny.
I think Ben got
and you can find me at logics_so_sick on Instagram and Twitter.
Like always, guys, every single Sunday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be doing this and every Sunday. Hopefully, we can be joined every week with the panel. Everybody's not here, but hopefully one day we can get somebody's sleep schedule right. Reborn, looking at you. Let's hope he gets that sleep schedule right. But other than that, this is where we'll be at every single Sunday. I am Sensei Kills. This is Sensei Stars. Until next week, happy fucking gaming.